So in the last video we had seen about we are studying the branches of psychology. The one is the theoretical branch, another one is the applied branch, and we had seen in applied branch some sort of educational psychology, then clinical, then counseling. Okay, we had done this. Now we'll start with the criminal psychology. We will learn the sports psychological department, and the last one the industrial one. Okay, let's start with the criminal psychology. Okay, so this is also a very biggest department. First of all, we need to understand what do you mean by criminal. Criminal is a person who is committing the crime and who is breaking the laws, who is breaking the rules and regulation. That person can be considered as criminal, because in the society, a person who break the law, which is restricted by other citizen, and he's committing a crime, that person is called as criminal. So in criminal psychology also, this department is very popular department. In this department, the psychologists try to understand what the person is, what is going inside the mind of the criminal while committing a crime, or before committing a crime, and after also. Because once a person is committing a crime, after also he will commit a crime in future. Okay, so this is also a department which is very important, and which is quite interesting bit. And uh, and this department helps the society how to reduce the crime, how to reduce the uh, crimes in the future in their society. And I think so this department will become very big in future, because if there is a more population, there will be more crime. So the branch is closely related to the social psychology, and this branch is also similar to social psychology. Why? Because here in criminal psychology, we are trying to understand why the person is committing a crime. The person will commit a crime in society only, right? So criminal psychologists are concerned with, and these psychologists are mainly concerned with criminals, and they are suggesting and preventing and preventive measures to control criminal behavior, and implementing plans from criminal rehabilitation. So in this, criminal psychologists are mainly understanding the behavior of the criminals, and how to control their behavior in future, and how to rehabilitate that behavior. Like here the criminal psychologist will, if you see a person is stealing, a person is a thief or stealing anything, so criminal psychologist will understand his behavior, and how to rehabilitate that behavior, how to make that criminal to reduce his crime, his or her crime. Okay, so they play a significant role in forensic department to uncover the scene. Okay, so they play a very important role, very significant role in forensic department to uncover the scene of crime, understanding and interpreting the behavioral clues of the criminals. Okay, so they play a very significant role. Who played a very significant role? A criminal psychologist in forensic department also. And and in forensic department, whatever the crime scene are there, they are uncovering it, and they are understanding the clues. And okay, like we can say that a person is steal a bike, okay, in your area. So I am a criminal psychologist, and you are also a criminal psychologist. If any person is stealing your bike or your car, okay, so the crime scene will be your area where you had where is your bike, so that area is crime scene. So I will come there, you will also come there. We will try and find the clues, and with the help of clues we will try and understand the behavior of the criminal, right? Okay, so the criminal psychologist work with the law enforcement department, which means government, or the criminal investigation department, CID, or social organization working for rehabilitation of criminal. Okay, so this department is very popular, and they are working with the government, and they are working with the NGOs who is rehabilitating the criminal. Here you very rarely you will see this criminal psychologist. Now, the sports psychology, which is very interesting. Whenever I'm saying the sport, two sports will come in your mind: football and cricket, right? So, sports psychologists help sports person to maintain their motivation, stamina during actual performance, and also maintaining themselves when they are on the field. So here, so if I say sports psychologist help the sports person to maintain. So this sports psychologist help the sports person. You can consider Ronaldo or Virat Kohli in your mind. So sports psychologist will help them to maintain their stamina, to maintain their motivation, and and to maintain their when they are in performance or in the actual performance when they are in the field. Like sometimes if you see the sportsmen have a lots of pressure from their country. Just imagine the Ronaldo. Just imagine yourself. Uh, you you uh, Virat Kohli. So how much pressure they are going from. So sports psychologists are helping them to maintain their anxiety, anger, loss, right? So they help players to maintain composure when they are working under pressure. Okay, so they help the players to maintain a composure when they are working under pressure. Okay, to maintain the composure when they are working under pressure, and help them to maintain their emotional balance. Okay, and help them to maintain their emotional balance when they are going through a bad page, and guide them to maintain themselves when they are recovering the personal injuries. So in short, we can say that sports psychologists are helping the sportsman, which is very important, because if the sportsman is irritated, if the sportsman is upset, so do you think that particular sportsman will play very well on that time? Never. So this it becomes a very important. Even you can see the Olympic level, the sportsmen are there, the players are there, like Neeraj Chopra. So if a Neeraj Chopra is upset, tell me that like he will perform well? No, never. He will never going to perform well. So the same way it is happened with us. If you will always uh, don't study when you are upset. Okay, you will go not going to study when you are totally upset. You will only study properly when you are happy. Okay, then activity 8. So here activity 8, uh, think at least one problems that a sports psychologist can find solution. Okay, at least one problem, at least one problem solution to concerning following areas. So improving team spirit. So what kind of problem? Team spirit is important. Yes. So sports psychologists can help. Yes, definitely they can find a solution for them. In team there will be moods of problem. People have attitude. So the sports psychologist will help. Emotional management. Yes. Improving self confidence. Yes. So here the sports psychologist will help that. Uh, you can see that is the web diagram, web chart. Now the industrial psychology. Industrial psychology is also called as factory psychology, organization psychology. If you see, you are if you are going to college, and that college is also one industrial psychology, which means organization. The people are working, right? So industrial psychology is concerned with behavior of people. Okay. Till psychology is concerned with the behavior of people working in organization. So this industrial psychology is mainly concerned with what? They are concerned with the behavior of the people. working in organization. Just take example of, if you see the education department, there are teachers, principal, and other people are working. So what kind of behavior they have? So the industrial psychologists will see that how the people are interacting with each other, what are their behaviors. They play important role in selection and placement of employees in their organization, and motivation and job satisfaction of parents and grievance. So they plays a very important role in this part, like joy, selecting an employee in the company, motivation and satisfaction, and they help to enhance the motivation group moral leadership skills among the employees. So among the employees, they help. Okay, they help. Clear? And then consumer psychology, which is a branch of, and consumer psychology is also, which is a part of industrial psychology, it deals with the consumer behavior and quality of products and brand loyalty and influence of advertisement on purchasing. So here we are trying to understand about the consumer behavior, like what is the behavior of the consumer. Okay, now that we have seen the various branches of psychology, you gotten some idea. So this is all about the psychology R. So applied psychology we had done, and in applied psychology today we had done the industrial, sports, and criminal psychology. Criminal psychology is all about understanding the behavior of the criminal. Industrial psychology all about understanding the behavior of the organization and how much people are working in that. Sports psychology is all about understanding and maintaining the behavior of the sportsman. Okay. uh, Activity 9: talk to your parents, teachers, and enlist factor that give them satisfaction in their work. So here this activity you need to talk with your parents, like your parents are also working, even they are doing a business or working working in the school. So here uh, you need to talk with your parents, like tell them like what kind of satisfaction they are getting in the workplace, right? So these are the careers in psychology. You can see military psychology is also there. Now let's try and understand this. Let's complete this exercise. The branch of psychology which explore into relationship among the different variables and human behavior are known as. Okay, which branch of psychology explain the relationship among different variables and human behaviors? Different variables and human behaviors. Explain into relationship, applied or theoretical. Uh, it's applied. The study of human behavior at workplace is called industrial. Just now we had done. One can study the problem of adolescence in developmental. Okay. Next, psychology is concerned with diagnosis and treatment of psychological disorder. Clinical. Okay. Identify the odd one. Experimental psychology, like one could be that theoretical and applied. Experimental, social. So industrial psychology is the odd one out. Clinical, industrial, sports, abnormal is the odd one here. So development psychology, this is the match the following pair, we need to do it. Development psychology, which is studies about B1, criminal psychologist E, educational psychologist D, industrial this, cognitive this. Okay. C, social psychologist this. Okay, compare a contrast. Compare and contrast, like theoretical and applied psychology, we need to compare it. Like what is the difference between it and what is the similarities. So these are the short notes, you can do it. Okay. So suggest an appropriate branch of psychology related to the. So these are the following situation, and we need to suggest them, like which branch this situation the this situation will help which branch, which means like which branch they need to go for their problems. The first is husband and wife do not understand each other, so they keep fighting. Husband and wife. So it is a family related problem, right? we can say they are keep fighting with each other. So it is related to your counseling counseling psychologist. My friend father's lost his job and he is in depression. Clinical. A fifth standard student is unable to concentrate education. I want to study a process of thinking and learning. Cognitive psychologist, and I want proper information about attitude in a group. Social psychologist. Okay. So these are the things you need to do it. Career opportunities, you can see five up. Okay. Thanks for listening, and